Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A murder trial gets underway this morning at the Minnehaha County Courthouse. Darian Johnson is charged with first-degree murder for the 2022 shooting death of Kayshawn Tyler.
Sioux Falls police say a fight over a woman ended in gunfire and resulted in Johnson being charged with first-degree murder. Tyler was shot at an apartment a few blocks northeast of Covell Lake. Johnson has asked for a bench trial, which means his fate will be in the hands of a judge rather than a jury. It's expected to last 7 days. The 2026 South Dakota governor's race is starting to come into shape with potential contenders. However, no one has actually announced their candidacy yet. On Wednesday, Governor Larry Roden sent KELOLAND News a statement saying, in part, "I've been receiving encouragement from people all across South Dakota to run, but for right now, I'm focused on the Open for Opportunity tour." Roden says he won't make a public announcement until the tour is over. We spoke with Representative Dusty Johnson on Tuesday. He also isn't announcing a run for governor yet. However, he isn't ruling out the possibility. Johnson's political war chest holds nearly $5 million for use in campaigns and other elections. We're also expecting an announcement from South Dakota Speaker of the House, John Hanson, and Representative Carla Lems about their candidacy for governor and lieutenant governor. There'll be an event this evening at the Military Heritage Alliance in Sioux Falls. You can read more about that expected announcement and their political history on the Capitol News Bureau page. A settlement has been reached in a lawsuit between South Dakota and the NCAA that reduces the amount of money Division I schools will have to pay towards a different proposed settlement. We've been following this case since September, when Attorney General Marty Jackley and the Board of Regents filed the lawsuit on behalf of SDSU and USD. Their filing came after the NCAA reached a proposed settlement with the Power Four conferences that contemplated a $2.8 billion payment to past and present athletes. $1.6 billion of that amount would be withheld from NCAA disbursements to the schools over the next 10 years. 60% of which would come from non-Power Four conferences like the Summit League. Jackley believes that would have been an unfair burden on the smaller schools such as USD and SDSU, but this settlement reduces that burden.
It's reduced South Dakota's burden by about 33%. Overall, it's a $55 million settlement for all the schools.
Other aspects of the settlement included the creation of a women's basketball performance fund and a commitment from the NCAA to discuss South Dakota's future when it comes to hosting NCAA events. To read more about the lawsuits and settlement, go to this story on KELOLAND.com. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt, starting the day with rain. Scott.
Well, that rain will continue, especially in the southeastern South Dakota. We've been following snow into the higher elevations of the hills. Things are trying to move to the northeast. They'll have a hard time making its way into northeastern South Dakota as it fights some dry air in place. Temperatures will be cool. Expect afternoon highs in the 40s and 50s. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A rancher near White, South Dakota tells us calving season is always full of surprises. David Murphy says he was out checking cows on Monday when he found a newborn bull calf with 3 hooves on each of its front legs. Murphy sent us this video of the calf. According to Science Publications, the condition is called polydactyly. Midwest Street Medicine is hosting a fundraiser this Saturday in the form of a scavenger hunt. The event will lead people around downtown Sioux Falls. It will also give them a deeper understanding on what homelessness looks like.
If you enjoy scavenger hunts or escape rooms, to be able to challenge your brain and do something fun with your friends while also gaining a little bit more of information and experience and awareness for our unhoused population.
People can compile teams of up to 4 people for Saturday's event. They'll also have prizes for the top 3 teams and a raffle. A Sioux Falls man is preparing to lead a group of runners on a unique adventure. Lance Smith came up with the idea to run to all 7 Quickstar locations in Sioux Falls. It's a journey that totals more than 31 miles, or a 50K, a number that got the ball rolling on a fundraiser for Feeding South Dakota.
We're doing it to raise money for them and bring awareness of their 50th anniversary for helping food awareness and helping us in South Dakota with those food needs.
We're going to go out and run anyway, so if we can find a way to use that to raise funds to help the organization, it's, like I said, it's rewarding and it's satisfying.
If you'd like to participate, the run will start at 7 Saturday morning at the Quickstar on East 57th Street. If you'd rather support the cause with a donation, we provided a link with this story on KELOLAND.com.
You can also drop off non-perishable food items at 605 Running Company.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
Okay, well, some rain already out of this weather system and a little more yet to go. This is the rain forecast from 7 a.m. this morning, marking the way through the afternoon until 7 o'clock this evening. So basically, in addition to what you already have in your rain gauge. In Sioux Falls, it looks like another quarter to a half an inch of rain is looking likely. That's very beneficial. Notice the Northeast, not nearly as much. We're still noticing kind of some gaps in this region north of Huron. So the rain still can come into those areas, but it's just more scattered. Western South Dakota, northern Black Hills, that should be a more favorable area today. Southern Hills, we've had, as of about 6 this morning, about 1800s in Hot Springs. The winter area has already picked up around 2/3 of an inch, and you can definitely see there's more activity still trying to develop in some of these pockets as well. So it's good to get the rain. We'll take what we can get. Obviously, there are still some that are going to be left out of that, but there's more chances this weekend, which we'll get to next. Let's first of all finish up today. That's the weather map at 1 o'clock, and again shows the southeast, fairly consistent areas or pockets of showers and maybe a rumble or two of thunder. 50s, low 50s in Sioux Falls with that northeast wind. Notice Spearfish, also some of the enhancement there on radar coverage, and then those areas in the middle of South Dakota where it's not as much. It could fill in with a few showers, though, even tonight and early tomorrow morning as this system dissipates in our region. Clearing skies from the north, and that'll lead to warmer temperatures tomorrow. We'll hit the 60s east of Pierre. Still western South Dakota lagging behind with more cloud cover likely there. Now, Saturday morning, do we see a chance of a shower, thunder shower? It's interesting to watch maybe a couple of those bubbling up on the warm front in central KELOLAND. Most of our forecast on Saturday is still dry for the vast majority, but late in the afternoon, it looks like that signature of a little scattered rain or thunderstorm activity will try to move east, and that's where we're positioned into Sunday morning. I would use the word scattered. I think that still applies here. Temperatures will be warming. Dew points will be going up. Instability will be increasing across South Dakota going into Sunday. So the end result of that should be some thunderstorm development, especially in the northern areas of South Dakota Sunday night. So again, that's where I would come back to the idea that some of you that are missing out today, you might be able to regroup here yet this weekend. Monday, that's a severe weather concoction for the state of Iowa. We'll watch our eastern counties to see what gets involved with that. Probably that's going to be a bigger deal, but I do think that the heart of that will be east of KELOLAND. So that's where we sit on that scenario now on this Thursday morning. Here is your forecast today. 52 Sioux Falls, scattered showers off and on today. Rain showers in Rapid City, high 45. Warming trend for the weekend. I think we'll really kick up that warmth into Monday with a high of 82, and that chance of shower and thunderstorm development is there. Tuesday of next week, we're getting some new information that may end up being a lot cooler. So let's keep an eye on Tuesday, Wednesday of next week on the backside of that storm system. Aberdeen, you're going to rise this weekend. You're also going to get more humidity in the air. We'll all notice that on Sunday into at least the first part of Monday before that front swings through, and it should give the Northeast a better shot at rain. I also think Pierre and Rapid City, as we get closer to Sunday and into Monday, that rain chance will go up. The parent lows coming in out of Wyoming, so let's hope for the best here. We can pick up some more rain in these drought areas of western South Dakota. More details on the forecast at KELOLAND.com.